your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by some more action.
What up, though?
Chris, Nicholas, Koloff.
Let's
Smash
go.
that like button, be a
Smash.
friend, tell a friend,
Smash.
and share the stream. Spinny, the whole thing this weekend in our Woodward Sports group text was, well, other than Western Michigan, which congratulations.
Shout out.
We'll be joined by Justin Satoa a little bit later.
Justin's coming on.
A.K.A. Jesus, A.K.A. Korean Jesus.
Great content from him.
He crushed it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great stuff.
That was awesome.
Yeah, all the courtside for couch burnings. He's talking to dudes who steal mailboxes before the game.
Dude, just on like that's ballsy move.
Yeah,
hopefully it was his mailbox.
probably not.
Probably not. Had the address and everything. Like,
Yep.
you couldn't incriminate yourself anymore. That's a federal crime.
As long as he put it back, I'm sure they're not mad.
Eventually, yeah. If you take it from residents, like kids.
There's probably one on his street, I assume. It's probably like across the street from his house or
Yeah.
something.
Again, this is no more. You couldn't incriminate yourself any more than filming yourself with the address on the mailbox. Either way, Justin will be joining us. Congratulations to Western Michigan. But the biggest topic in the Woodward Sports group chat this weekend was golf.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big golf guy.
Yep.
I know Rory completed
Master weekend.
the Grand Slam. They kept saying it,
Yeah, the career Grand Slam.
which he won every single.
He's won every major in his career. Yes.
That's awesome.
And it was the first time he's won a major since like 2014. He's really been struggling. The Masters, obviously, this is his first time winning that. And that's the one. Like, the Masters is the one. If you could only win one major,
That's what everybody knows.
you would want to
the
win the
non-golf
Masters.
guys know the Masters.
Yeah, maybe the Open, if you're British or from across the pond, maybe you'd rather win the Open than the Masters. But
No.
the Masters is the number one for sure. And he went out there, and he tried his best to choke it away. Justin Rose shot the fucking round of his life. He shot a 66 on Sunday, which is just absolutely nuts to get it to that playoff hole. But Rory was better than him in the playoff, and he took care of it. So I'm not a big Rory McIlroy fan. I'm not a hater either, though, so I was happy to see him win it. That was a very good scene with him and his daughter and his wife and everybody after he won it, so congratulations to him. I wanted Bryson to win, but Bryson choked, so
I saw they went to
happy
OT.
for Rory. Good for him.
They went in overtime.
Yeah, it was him and Justin Rose went into a playoff hole.
That's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
I don't know. That was a thing in golf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Golf for me, it's just the culture of it turns me off so much. Like even this weekend, and it may have been an amateur outing. I don't know what it was. There's some kid from Arizona State was on course, and he was wearing one of those upside down hats, and they were bitching about it.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
like,
very snooty shit.
yeah, like what are we doing? Like, I don't know. That shit bothers me. I can't stand that part of it. But congratulations to Rory McIlroy.
Yep.
Also,
I'm Irish and I can't stand Rory. It says MPW.
Why?
He's kind of a bitch, like a little bit. He complained really bad about the live stuff, which, whatever. You know, he passed up hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's on him. But, I mean, you hate him or love him. He's one of the best golfers of our generation. He went out there and he won his first Masters. So
I guess like it also ages me, but also I just remember when he was like the fresh face in golf.
yeah,
And he was
for
like the
sure.
next big thing, you know.
Oh, he's been at it since he was a kid.
It's kind of crazy to see him gray haired with the Grand Slam kids. Like it was.
Yeah,
it was trippy for me.
like I said, I don't hate him. I don't love him. I'm indifferent with Rory, so I was happy to see him win it. It was good for him, good for his family.
I'm happy for him, I guess, because I don't really partake to dislike him.
Yeah.
You know, I do dislike is Kobe Covington.
Yes.
And I'll get this video to you, Chris, later. But we'll just go into the UFC fights. Patty Pimblett beat the living shit out of Michael Chandler.
He beat the dog
He
piss
beat
out of
him so
Michael
bad that I couldn't even send in the picture of him beating because it's too much blood.
Yeah, we'd get flagged.
It's insane. I was one of the guys that's been like, yo, Patty's he hasn't fought anybody like legit. Mm-hmm. I think Bobby Green's probably the biggest challenge he had.
Yep.
And Bobby Green fights with his hands down. Bobby Green fights like an idiot. He's also not a grappler. Patty's a grappler. I think he beat Chandler all the way around.
Yes, he did, and that's impressive because Chandler is a wrestler too. Like he's not just a striker. So that was by far the most rounded fighter that he's fought, and he dominated him. And this guy Kobe Covington is just so thirsty for money, like trying to stay relevant so bad. He does stupid shit like calling out Patty's gonna beat the dog piss out of Kobe Covington.
They're not even in the same weight class.
No.
That's what, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You have You don't have a fight coming up.
Kobe's cooked. He knows he's cooked.
What are you doing talking shit to Patty?
It's a money grab. That's all it is. He knows Patty's one of the hottest names in UFC right now. He just obviously he has probably the hottest backing out of any UFC fighter. He's got the Barstool connection. Those guys promote him like crazy. He is one of the that sells tickets. He's a name that sells tickets in the UFC. Kobe knows that. He's coming off a big win, obviously, over Michael Chandler. Kobe's trying to get a shot at glory because nobody gives a fuck about Kobe Covington anymore because he's a bum. He's washed up. So he's doing this to try to get a payday.
I seen him with Full Send MMA afterward, kind of discussing. He's like, yeah, Patty's opponents are 5-13 in their last what? I'm like, brother, your wins.
Yes.
I looked it up. 0-9. Going into the fight. Mm-hmm. So add the losses on top of it. His last 5 wins. The combined record of those guys going to that fight was 0-9.
Yeah, this is what he does because nobody actually likes Kobe Covington. Nobody sees a Kobe Covington fight and they're like, all right, let's go. Kobe Covington, my favorite fighter. And no, nobody likes him. He just has to do stuff like this so people will be like, all right, I want to see Patty Pimblett beat the fuck out of Kobe Covington.
Yep, exactly. Chris, let me know when you grab that video if you guys want the context of that one. Patty the Batty beat Michael Chandler, his best win to date.
By far.
Officially going to be ranked now, too.
Yeah.
Talking about fight Charles Oliveira next.
That would be a good fight.
Before I'd say Oliveira destroys him. Now maybe not so much. I got some respect now.
Yeah, I got
He
it.
doesn't look bad he's getting a lot better.
Yeah. Better stand up.
Better stand up. His wrestling's always been there. His jiu-jitsu is very good too,
Yes.
but he's getting a lot more comfortable on his feet. He's not taking as many big shots as he used to.
Yep.
So that's very important for his career because you go up against Charles, obviously he's a jiu-jitsu god, but he still has a pair and he's fought in a lot of wars against guys that are better stand-up
One of the
fighters than you
trippiest
are.
fighters to watch. You'd think he's losing.
Yeah.
The entire time he's
Like the
pulls
Moon
off.
Knight edit of him.
It's the best.
Every day I wake up. It's
Yeah.
choking you out. But he's been in wars, legitimate wars. He's fought caliber of fighters that Patty hasn't. So you got to be well-rounded going in there.
Former
It's not just
champion.
going to be
And I think he has the most submissions in UFC history.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I don't know
But
if that's
he's
a guy Patty
also,
wants to
I
grapple
mean-
with. Yeah, exactly. He's getting up there, too.
He's getting up
He's
there.
a little chinny as well.
Yeah.
But chinny.
That'd be a good fight for Patty. I think he'd win that fight.
You got the video?
Yes, I
This
do.
is context of us talking about Kobe Covington and Patty Pimblett. I said the wrong one, but his girl.
It's the best thing about
That's the best paid girlfriend he's ever had. Honestly. Usually he has those the side pieces with him. They're like whatever. That's the baddest one.
Yeah.
I was talking to my boys when we were watching the fight. They're like, "You probably paid for that." I was like, "I mean, I might too." It ain't tricking if you got it.
for real.
Damn, Kobe.
Yeah.
definitely
shout out to Patty
paid for
Pimblett. Patty oh yeah. So a while ago we couldn't play the video because that was also something Saw Rage would have been flagged by YouTube. UFC's just a crazy sport, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you can't play any UFC highlights.
But Bryce Mitchell made comments.
Yeah.
He said, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get quoted saying it.
Don't say it. He said, everybody knows what he said. You know what Bryce
The Fuhrer. He said the Fuhrer would be his fishing buddy.
He
didn't think he was that bad.
Yeah, he said he doesn't think Hitler was that bad of a dude.
So I actually think I'd go fishing with him.
Yeah, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Craziest shit ever.
You very funny way you put that. And I fresh off a couple rips.
Oh,
on the
Hitler's
prep,
soldier
I
falls
open it,
short.
He says Hitler's soldier falls short on the prep. That's hilarious. But yeah, he did, and good.
Yeah, he got
He
wrecked.
got his ass beat, bro.
Dude, John Silva's an actual fucking dog. Beat the shit out of him. Like you said, Dave Portnoy, big Patty the Batty guy, but obviously Bryce did what he did, talking about Hitler. So Dave Portnoy's Jewish, so he was there with this fucking, what do you call this?
Yarmulke.
Yeah, yarmulke, fucking with the Israel flag going crazy. But yeah, Bryce Mitchell, he kept talking about John Silva. He was like the devil, the demon. He's gonna defeat him. That didn't go his way.
Did not go his way.
Got put to sleep.
Yeah.
Went to tap, but it was too late. John Silva also think he can win a championship. That guy's a dog.
Yeah, that was impressive. Like, that was an impressive. Because it's not like Bryce Mitchell's a bum. Like,
No, exactly.
He's a crazy person and an
Crazy
idiot,
person, yes.
But he's a good MMA fighter, and he got handled.
Handled.
Yeah.
It was insane. And then obviously, Volkanovski got his belt back. I don't know if our chat's big UFC fans. We're big UFC fans. And that was honestly a great card. So
Yes,
I had
that
to
was
talk
a great
about
card. Yeah, shout out to Volk, man. Talk about a war. They were going back at.
Yeah,
they were going
dude.
back and forth for a while there.
Lopez was just.
Dude, I'm so happy Volk won though.
Yeah.
Volk was putting hands on that
Dude,
man, dude.
That's why I was talking to my boys. Like, you're not gonna beat Volk unless you knock him out straight up. And the other than obviously Islam survived.
Go 5 rounds with Volk, he's hitting you 100 times at least.
Yeah, he's too good.
He's so good, so technical.
Think about how good Max Holloway was.
Yeah.
And the third fight they had,
Volk beat the shit
out of him.
I
I couldn't even explain to you how it happened. That was insane.
He beat Max handedly at his own game of just
walking him
down and tagging him, dude. And yeah, I'm happy Volk. I love
He's
Volk.
undersized too.
Yeah.
I love Volk.
Oh yeah.
King Volk.
How do you guys feel about UFC? I know a couple months ago you guys were saying UFC is kind of in a weird state where they don't really have like a star, or they're looking for that next star. Are they still having that issue, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need Patty to go on a championship run.
But honestly, Saturday was huge for them for Patty.
Yes.
Because
he's the most marketable guy they have right now.
he's got the most polls since McGregor.
The rest of their guys are on the way out. Like Eazy, obviously he's cooked. He was your face. He was your marketing piece. He's cooked. John Jones, who knows how many more fights he has in his career.
And he's
same
more
with
popular for
like
being good.
Pereira's
He's not, like,
fucking.
Yeah.
He's old too, and he's not even that marketable as a fighter.
You can't speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Stephen A. Smith. But honestly though, like Patty is the most marketable guy they got going right now. So if he beats Oliveira, then he might get a title shot after that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That would be huge.
The Patty win was huge for them.
Yeah.
They needed that as a company.
Sean O'Malley just lost. Like Sean O'Malley lost twice.
He's fighting again though.
Yeah.
He'll be fighting.
If
Rob again for the belt.
Sean O'Malley can get the belt back, then his hype will go back up. But
we shall see.
we shall see.
Real
Chris?
quick before we move on, just shout out my friend Sam, who's now started her professional fighting career. So shout out to her.
Shout out.
Shout out to her.
I'm gonna be tapping
you sent that. We got to get her on the show. She is too pretty to be fun. I mean, what does she do?
She's
gorgeous.
beast. And she's the funniest thing is she is the last person you'd expect. Like I used to work with her at a former job, and so we got cool. And if you were to tell me of all the people I worked with, one of them beats the shit out of bitches, it would not be her. It would not be her, man.
Your former
She's
job.
like,
We all know you used to be a madam
what's that?
at a whorehouse. We know, Chris.
What?
That's terrible.
No, shout out.
Shout out.
I know what you
She's
said was
boxing, though, right?
disrespectful. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to what's her name one more time?
Sam.
And shout out to St. Anne's Fish Fry. They gave me a free plate. Told me to give them a shout out.
Where's that at?
It's at Coonan. It's been there. They've been hooking me up for all of Lent on Fridays. So
Hell
come
yeah.
out to St. Anne's or Coonan 13 and 13 and Mound. Coonan Brewing Company. St. Anne's is hooking it up out there. Great stuff.
Is that the school and the church, St. Anne's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my buddy went to St. Anne's.
Yeah, it's
back in
right
the
there,
day.
and they bring it
Yeah.
over. So cod, hush puppies, mac and cheese, coleslaw, pierogies. It's really good stuff. They
Steve-
watch the show. So
Oh, shout out to them. Yeah. What's the name again one more time?
St. Anne's.
St. Anne's. Food truck?
It's a church.
Oh, it's
over
right
by-
across the street?
Yeah,
Nice.
right over by Coonan.
Shout out to Steve in the Woodward Sports Chat. Said it was Chase Hooper who gave an interview saying his forearms were sore from gooning too much during camp.
Shout out
I
Chase
agree.
Hooper.
Chase Hooper, another great performance as well too.
Yep.
That's a guy. That's kind of cool to watch him develop. He was a jiu-jitsu guy, but now he's trying to put it all together. And
No, the last fish fry is Good Friday. So this week, Good Friday, that'll be the last one because Lent's over after that, after Easter. So
Cody Ingles.
Good Friday will be the last chance you have to grab a plate.
Anakin, is UFC legit or scripted like WWE? No, bro. It's
legit.
real as it gets.
It's
the
legit.
realest sport, to be honest with you. Like
It's two people locked in a cage trying to kill each other.
yeah, doesn't get more real than that.
Nope.
You talking about broken arms, broken orbitals?
Oh, dude, the hematomas.
Yeah, disgusting.
Go look at that picture of Joanna after Zhang Wei Li fight.
We should put a basketball on her head.
Yeah, that was
disgusting.
That was gnarly.
Like I said, the Chandler one, the cut was so nasty we couldn't even put it on.
Yep.
Cody Ingles said Chandler was going to be the next big name, but he's not turned out for the UFC as they thought.
Yeah, I mean he's
good.
Even when he was
Very
making his
entertaining.
run, he was pretty old, so everybody knew that he wasn't like gonna go on some long sustained championship run, because he was already had been in so many wars at that point. Like Michael Chandler's been around for a while.
Yeah, he has, and he's shorter, stockier guy.
Yeah,
he just fights like crazy.
he's
to
like
be
an
honest with
American
you.
bulldog.
Yeah, that's straight. That's a great analogy.
Yeah,
that's how I picture him
fucking
too.
cock diesel walking around. Yeah, I like Michael Chandler a lot, but
Yeah.
you know,
Man, because it's all like a gladiator fight. Exactly.
it's the closest thing to gladiators.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
I couldn't even imagine like just the high you get from knocking someone out. In that
Winning a
cage,
UFC
packed
fight
crowd.
would probably be the most satisfying thing you could ever do.
It feels like a gladiator moment. Like, Izzy knocked out Pereira. Like, that
Yeah, dude,
crazy.
you got your opponent's blood all over you. You choke him unconscious. And you get on top of the ring.
Patty started licking Chandler's
Yeah, that
blood
was
off his
awesome.
gloves. Yeah.
That's fucking
Shout out
awesome.
to BJ Penn, who's
Shout out
also
BJ Penn.
going crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Also,
That's sad.
what he has a bunch of them now.
Yeah, the one of his mom or his wife
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
He's
his mom's not his mom.
government spying on me. Or
Yeah, dude. He's doing with his brother now too.
That's
I'm like, he lives with his mom. I'm like fearful of like,
you know,
it's a dangerous man.
is a dangerous man, and that
It's
is
a dangerous man.
that is an extremely scary scenario where UFC fighters lose their mind because they could kill a regular person very easily.
This is like one of the scariest, not scariest, but spookiest goosebumps. It was eerie to listen to. But when Tony Ferguson was going through his thing,
Yeah,
and his wife called the police, and she was like, "Please, like, bring."
the SWAT team.
Yeah, like extra protection for yourself. He's a UFC fighter.
Yeah,
And like
He'll
at
kill
the
you with
time,
his bare
Tony
hands.
was like one of the
Yeah.
coldest guys in the UFC.
yep, it's very scary.
Yeah.
That's why they should get paid a lot more than they do.
What do you make of the Kyron Lacey stuff?
It sucks, man. Mental health is important. Everybody should have somebody that they feel comfortable talking to. You should always talk with people. You know, obviously what the situation he was in, that doesn't it doesn't like reason for some people and what I'm seeing people say about him on Twitter. Like, don't be a hypocrite because all life is precious. So it's terrible that he felt that was his only way out. And I pray for everyone involved, all the families involved, and everybody should know that they talk to somebody before you decide to do something, and just
Yeah.
know that there's always brighter pastures. There's always a better tomorrow. The sun always rises unless, you know, something crazy happens. So just
Yeah.
talk with people, man.
I think that's the best analogy that in times I was struggling, and I think it was Jocko Willink put out there, is like, no matter how bad the storm, the sun still comes up the next day.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, shit may be tough, and like, that's not to say it's not going to be tough or it's not going to suck, but like, there is always tomorrow, and that shit will pass. You just got to thug it through it sometimes. Yeah. But rest in peace, Kyron Lacey. Rest in peace to Mr. Hall, who passed away in the car accident. The people trying to make it like they're trying to tag Kyron Lacey or saying you shouldn't say rest in peace. That was an accident, like a car accident. It's not like he set out to murder,
Viciously kill someone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very unfortunate. He's very young. Young people make mistakes, including us in this room. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching. You're gonna make mistakes too. It's part of life, and so very, very unfortunate. He was very good too. I think that's the craziest part about it. I've never seen somebody with such a high profile. That doesn't really happen at all, really. But like that high profile, that young. I don't know, man. Like, he definitely could have been like a top guy in the league. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We do have to go to break, though. I'll tell you guys about Mark White. All right? Because whether you're buying or selling a home, there's only one place to go, and that's Mark White. Yeah. Mark White gonna do you right.
Hey.
Give him a call today, ladies and gentlemen, 248-290-8242, or visit markwhitesales.com. That's 248-290-8242, or visit markwhitesales.com. You can save up to $5,000 in the closing costs of your brand new home. That's markwhitesales.com.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What up, though? Going back to Whatever Waits, live on Woodsports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Rax.
What up,
Young
though?
Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We are also joined by Young Juice out in Western Michigan, Kalamazoo. Fresh off the title. What's up, man?
Let's go Broncos, baby. How we doing? Come on.
Don't touch me. I'm sizzling.
Dude, all right, just explain how the campus has been since it happened.
Dude, it has been insane. So it started off right when we won. We were at a watch party, and literally immediately, like 4 people popped champagne and soaked everyone at the party. And then we went running down into like the neighborhoods that are behind the famous old goat bar is on campus, and literally you're just walking up and down to couch fire after couch fire. Like it's literally a game for the firemen and the police to like follow us and like stop another couch from like being like a wildfire. And so they were burning. I think the total was 4 couches in one spot. Another one burned like 2 in a row, and it was just exploding. And then last night, the players get back and they just have, just let like people like hang out in their yard, like they're having a bonfire with their jerseys on, they're just hanging out, like letting people like take pictures with the trophy. They got a DJ going, like it's just been awesome. And then tonight they have a celebration at our bar, the Old Goat. They're going to show up at like 7:30 or so after they do like their university rally that starts in like half an hour at the arena. But I don't care about that. I'm going to get off the show and I'm about to go pregame with my friends, and we're about to go up to the bar and make sure we get a good spot because like we're in there like swimwear. We're about to have an amazing night. They got drink specials. They got a DJ there. Like tonight is going to be insane.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a hockey guy. It's like of all schools for it to happen at Western Michigan University. How did that go down? I see a lot of people talking about the NIL and stuff like that. Like, is that going on at Western right now for hockey?
Oh, yeah. Western's NIL program is extremely strong. They have really become a top-of-the-line university when it comes to their NIL and their facilities. In terms of NIL, I talked to a couple kids on the team earlier in the year, and they were telling me that there's guys who are making $75K, over $100K. These are all rough estimates. They don't know exact numbers, but they have a very strong NIL program. And how I would like to describe it is their NIL program is more of a percentage in terms of how it affects hockey than how it affects their football and their basketball program. I don't know if necessarily they get more money than the other two, but in terms of you have this much money and it's this powerful for the market because hockey is such a smaller market than football and basketball. Like we're not seeing guys like Nico who are getting paid $4 million, or we're seeing guys paid like in the 100 to 300K range, most likely somewhere in there. But there's so many of them, and they have such a strong NIL program in terms of in hockey. And then they're parlaying this within 2 years. They're going to have the best facilities in hockey. They're building a brand new rink with literally the best facilities in all of the NHL. The coach, Pat Freshweiler, has gone on multiple podcasts and said they traveled all across the country looking at different facilities, and they were like, oh, we like this idea, but we're going to make it better for our players and better at our facility. So they really are trying to take this program into a new age. So I would not be surprised at all if Western Michigan is a new powerhouse in college hockey, even more so than they are after winning a national championship.
That's sick, man, especially because Michigan itself is a hotbed for hockey talent. And I know, listen to Patrick Kane, who grew up in New York, came here to play for the Honey Big team. Like, I was dope that tradition remains, I guess.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome to see the reception as well, like from like everyone around Kalamazoo, and like these guys just want to share it with the community and just make it about like putting Western Michigan on the map. Like it's really such a special experience, and getting like Western Michigan in that conversation with Michigan, Michigan State, and all these bigger like schools in Michigan.
And Justin, before we let you go rage more tonight, Mike G, actually, in the Woodward Sports Chat in BDE, wanted to ask you if you could only choose one between Michigan's football natty and Western Michigan's hockey natty, which one are you choosing?
It's Western.
It's got to be Western. I mean,
Yeah.
I go to the school. I was thinking about this all day. Actually, I can't lie. I saw the BDE clip, and I was preparing my answer all day. Nothing can take away the moment that I had with my dad when we were sitting there watching the national title game together. But that was a moment for me
That's
and
awesome.
him. It wasn't a moment for me in Michigan. This was a moment for me in my university where I'm here. I'm talking to the players. I'm talking to the fans. I'm into the party. I like everything that's going on campus. I'm there. I have access, and it's just been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's honestly surreal. I came to this school thinking maybe we get lucky and have one of those years like they had with Corey Davis where they win the Cotton Bowl. We're not talking about the Cotton Bowl. We're talking about a national championship in a Big Four sport. It is so breathtaking. And I was explaining it to someone when we were partying, like, why are we burning all these couches and stuff? I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
This is something that hasn't happened since 1965, our last national championship.
Wait, somebody was asking why you were burning couches?
Yeah.
Who? Somebody there?
Yeah.
Someone that didn't even get invited. They just showed up.
Yeah, for real.
You didn't even go here.
What's
Like,
the craziest thing you've seen?
Craziest thing I've seen?
Any tits?
Oh, there had to have been.
I mean, I can't lie. I mean, the girls are all over the place when it comes to, like the Western guys haven't taken their jerseys off. I
wouldn't either.
He was kicking ass.
They're just hanging out before they're going to this rally together, and like I already see them like they're outside like hanging out with their jerseys on and just living it up.
You should wear yours, dude.
Yeah, wear yours. Oh, he's got a girlfriend, dude.
I had to give my jersey back. I had to give my jersey back to our team. It's at the end of the year. It's freaking ass.
You better go get her right now.
I thought you were like the team president.
He's the captain.
No. I was the president of the team last year, and I took a step back so I could do more with Woodward Sports.
I want to say shout out Justin. What a time to be alive and be a Bronco, Juice. Nobody deserves it more than you. You do a lot for the network. Obviously, you do a lot for Western, and super proud of you to be able to get this shining moment. You absolutely killed it on all the socials, and I know there's probably some things you can't share on air, but I'm sure you guys were wilding out in Western.
Yeah, I got some stories for you guys when we're just in our free time, you know, out just us not for the public knowledge, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it is going to be insane here at Western tonight. I mean, this is going to be 3 days straight of an absolute time. I mean, they literally announced on the bar social media that the team's going to be there, and that so it was posted like 13 minutes ago, and it already had like 300, 400 likes. So I mean, this bar is about to be packed tonight. It's going to be a great time.
All right, we're gonna let you go tailgate before, go pregame, and then get to that bar, get some good seats.
Promote your show.
Promote your show, and remember, I know you are in a loving, committed relationship, but tell the boys on the hockey team that I said chlamydia is temporary, championships are forever. Nothing a free clinic trip can't clear up. Have a good time this weekend.
A Spenmo Rex Classic to end this off is just what I needed. I'll make you fellas proud. Don't you worry about it. And enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you for having me on. Let's go Broncos. And, hey, they're not done. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, Justin. Have a good time tonight, brother. Be safe.
I will.
See you, brother.
How gross am I?
I would have kept my jersey.
Yeah, definitely kept keeping the jersey.
Oh, you'd be raking. Like, yeah. Because they don't know.
Kids probably have no
and they're all wearing
dude.
helmets. Like the girls for sure don't know.
Good for Justin. He deserves it, bro.
Yeah. Good for Western Michigan University.
Good for Western. Like I said, I'm so happy for Western, man.
I did not
great
know
for the state of hockey.
They're popping NIL like that. Like,
that's
going to continue on.
Yeah. They got that facility he was talking about. It's just going to be crazy.
They're going to become like the mini Red Wings.
Yeah.
Well, the old days Red Wings, nowadays Red
Michigan
Wings.
State's about to win that shit next year.
Right.
We just got the number 4 player in the NHL draft to commit to Michigan State, and they're bringing back everybody from last year.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
Caden Lidstrom, number 4 overall pick, big physical kid. Isaac Howard coming back, Trey Augustine coming back.
Western whooped their ass.
Western didn't play Michigan State.
No, I'm talking about.
Fucking, they beat Denver's ass.
Or Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boston. They beat Denver's ass too. But yeah, Boston U.
Well, they did beat Michigan State too.
Yeah.
But not the way they beat Boston.
Yeah.
Great
They beat the
sports
shit out
day.
of Boston. That was crazy.
Absolutely.
Saturday.
Yeah.
With all the fights, like I ended up watching the fights too. Like,
Did you really?
Yeah. So.
Did you enjoy it?
And watch the Western game. Like
You watched a
before
great
that.
card.
Yeah, it was just a wild night. And
Yeah.
Tigers won earlier. Masters going on. Like there was an underrated sports day around the town.
I had a
great for
7-leg
Phil.
in
Great for
UFC.
Western.
Everything hit other than Dominic Reyes ended up knocking out that one guy.
Yep.
6 out of 7 legs.
Yeah, it's fucking nothing. UFC, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
That hurt. That one hurt. But we move on. We gotta go to break. Tell us about that merch.
Let me tell you about that merch. If you are sick and tired of your old Detroit sportswear hanging in your closet, you're not wearing it, go ahead and upgrade. Get some brand new Detroit sports merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that, all teams, all seasons. Make sure you are tapping in for the best Detroit sports swag right here at woodwardsports.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month. And you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and see Matt Feldman Chevrolet of Novi today.
What up, though? Welcome back. World Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com.
Yes,
I'm Eazy, joined by Small Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Do us a biggest favor and smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. We got a couple places we can take this one. We got a jam-packed Monday. We got the Pistons playoff.
Sir.
You want to put that in the back, but I'm down to do that. You want to talk about it now? I'm down to do that now as well. Also,
we got to talk compliance.
Yeah, some interesting, some weird stuff. Some very, very, very weird stuff. So the Detroit Lions met with wide receiver Matthew Golden over the weekend. If you guys know Matthew Golden, he's about 6 foot, 195. He ran a 4.2 at the combine.
Yep.
987 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns, just on 58 receptions, by the way, too. Like
big play guy.
Big play guy. 17 yards per catch is what he averaged.
Top 30 visit.
Play X, play 7. Yeah, he's top 30 visit with the Detroit Lions. And obviously Brad Holmes had some commitment issues on the Jameson Williams front at the owners meeting, and it made an interesting article from our guy Mike Payton where he said, don't be surprised if the Detroit Lions trade Jameson Williams on draft night. Not in the future, on draft night. Spinny, what was your takeaway from that one?
I would still be surprised. I mean, I understand the reasoning he put into the article, like you said, about the things that Brad Holmes said at the owners' meetings. That obviously, we know how many people the Detroit Lions have to sign. Obviously, we know how many contracts that Brad Holmes is going to have to give out if he wants to keep all of these guys in Detroit. And Jameson Williams, being a wide receiver, being as explosive of a weapon as he is going to be one of those more expensive pieces, is going to be one of those more debilitating contracts out of the ones remaining. So that's his thought process behind it. But I would, if he does it on draft night, I would still be extremely surprised. I don't think that that's a guy that you're going to remove from this team when you're trying to win a Super Bowl next year after he's got the kind of
cachet
and the chemistry that he's built with Jared Goff over the last season. They're finally at a point where they're clicking very well, and he's clicking very well on this team and with these guys. And he doesn't have anything that's going to make him lose games next year that we know of. When you talk about off-the-field stuff or injuries that he's dealing with, he's finally going to come into a season where he can go week 1 and be healthy and ready to go. I don't think that that's something that you throw a wrench in at draft night to bring in a player who we would hope could be at the level of Jameson Williams.
Yeah, I think if it happens, it's more of a future thing. And I do think if you don't have the commitment to Jameson Williams at some point, that is a conversation you have to have or a trade you have to explore. I don't think it happens draft night because it's a rarity to be within a Super Bowl window. You build, you commit to so much. Jameson Williams in itself was a commitment because you traded up in the draft to even acquire him, right? So, like, you're knocking the door right now. It makes no sense to depart from him when you have 2 more years to go. And meaning this year and then the 5th year next year.
Yeah.
You can even add a 6th year if you want,
franchise tag.
With a franchise tag.
Yep.
I think the trade can happen later on. And I think his trade value right now necessarily isn't even the highest. I think Jameson Williams is going to take another step this year. Like,
I agree.
A lot of people like to throw out 1,000-yard year, 1,000-yard year. It's just 1,001 yards. It really wasn't like a press 1,000-yard year. Let him get like a 1,300-yard year, and then maybe you explore that because then the value goes up. Right now, even in the article he mentioned, he doesn't think you'd get a first or second in return for Jameson Williams. So I just don't see that being worth dumping off Jameson Williams when you have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl and how explosive that offense looked last year. You already had your offensive coordinator, not any speculation, not any rumor, not any prediction. He outright came out and said, I want to be more explosive. I want to have more explosive plays in game. I think he has like 6, 7 explosive shots he want to take this year. They're not getting rid of Jameson Williams in draft night. Absolutely not.
No,
but Matthew Golden, I think, is the interesting conversation you want to have because adding him to the mix at wide receiver in a draft where so many fans want offensive line or defensive line, I guess what would be the reaction to that? Or you can speak on the Jameson stuff.
I do. Something. Real quick, just a couple super chats in there. Little Loner in the Woodward Sports
chat.
Shout
out to Little Loner. I saw that earlier.
As much as I hate that I got a ticket, excuse me, to the Wings game while playoffs were still in sight and now we're officially dead, I'm stoked for the game tonight. Shout out WSN and my boys, the heavyweights. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to Little Owner. Red Wings games are good times.
Have fun, man. Stop at Second Best pregame. They're right there, by LCA. Get a patty melt. It's delicious.
Great spot.
Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat says, my crackpot theory is totally not happening. The Lions are going to draft Shedeur Sanders. I've heard he's basically a Black Goff. Too much. So, yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. But if that's a crackpot theory, hey, sell that crack. But I think that that Cridnack. Yeah, James. Like I said, Jameson Williams is not. I would be extremely surprised if Jameson Williams got traded at the draft. Like you said, I think he is finally established himself as such an important piece of this team and this offense. What he can do on the field is not to be questioned by anyone anymore, and what he brings to this team, like you said, plays right into the hands of what Johnny Morton likes to do in his offensive scheme. And would replace him immediately with Matthew Golden. Would you like that? I mean, if it's the last year of his deal, maybe, but we hope that Matthew Golden can be Jameson Williams. We already have Jameson Williams. You know what he is. He is a guy that is one of the most explosive players in the NFL. He had the most receiving, or the fewest receptions in the 1,000-yard club last year. So I don't think that that's something you do just to get a third-round pick in return. I don't think you give up a guy that has, like you said, 2 years of control, even without the franchise tag being added to that for close. Just a third-round pick when you're this close. No, I don't think it would be worth it.
No,
I don't think it's something they would even think about doing for only a third-round pick. If they're adding Matthew Golden, I don't think that means they're trading Jameson Williams. I think that means they're going to go out there and have the two explosive receivers both on each side, and then Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Sam Laporta eating up the middle. So, no, I don't think Jameson Williams will get traded at the draft. I think that would be insane if that happened.
Nick?
I'm right there with you guys. There's no possible way that this happens unless they're, already possibly talking about contract extensions and they are just off by a, crazy large number. and the conversations are going south, which that's all my speculation if this is even a thing, because there is no way in hell you get rid of one of the most explosive players in the NFL when you are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. You just don't do it. That's a horrible business. We know Brad had faith in this guy. You finally saw him get going, and now we talking about possibly trading him? I don't see this at all. I'm definitely staying away from Matthew Golden in the first round. I don't think you need another weapon on this offense right now. You need the weapons back on defense, beefing up that defensive line. And if they do go offensive, it better be for a piece you put on that line for the next 10 years to protect Goff.
Mm-hmm.
If we go wide out, I will be crashing out.
I would too, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where I get it. Because you're looking at a Jared Goff offense. Again, he's not the most dynamic guy, but he is a guy. You give him time in that pocket, he's going to get the ball out. And when you surround him on playmakers, what are playmakers going to do? They're going to make plays. And you add another recipe to that equation or another ingredient to that recipe. I think Golden could be that. And I think if you're truly drafting BPA strategy, you could find yourself in that situation where it's like, hey, do I want the fifth best edge in this year's draft class, or do I want a guy that was determined to be wide receiver 1 or 2 in the draft class? And if you're truly a BPA strategist, you're going to be faced with that problem at some point if he falls. I don't necessarily think he's even going to fall to 28.
I don't think he will fall to 28 either, because there aren't going to be 2 receivers drafted over Matthew Golden in this draft class.
And
there might be
4-2, like you said when you argue for JMO, that speed isn't like it's not falling off a tree.
Not teachable.
You know what I'm saying? Like a 4-2, like somebody's going to take a chance on that. That's going to be appetizing to somebody.
He's going to be a top 2 receiver, maybe the number 1 receiver off the board in the draft. But it's him or T-Mac, and I don't think either of them falls to 28.
Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple months ago, I first said that I could see them maybe, like, that would be the craziest thing I could see them doing is getting a wide receiver first round, not to replace JMO, but just because we see that is a position where they are now getting kind of thin or top heavy, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
So the strategy of it makes sense, and if you are in a position like you say where it is BPA and you can do that, then I understand it, but I would still go with the offensive line if you're doing anything offensive, only because of the simple fact that we are built through the run game first. Yes, we have 2 dynamic receivers, a third if you want to count Laporta as a receiving tight end. You have a lot of good receiving options, but this team is built on running the ball. You are only going to go as far as David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, and this offensive line will take you. So invest in that. If you are going to invest in the offensive side of the ball, I think that's the way you go about it. And I just think Brad Holmes is in a different situation that he's been the last 3-4 drafts, where he was kind of filling out a team and he could kind of just go BPA more loosely. Now he can still go BPA, but it has to be refined a little bit. I wouldn't crash out if they took a receiver. I'd trust it. I'd get the long-term plan. I wouldn't even think it's the end of JMO per se. I get the strategy, but I personally would go offensive line. You need to beef up that trenches. If that offensive line is top of the line, then we are winning a Super Bowl, flat out.
I mean, the crazy thing is, though, is like I don't think it's out of the question when it comes to Brad Holmes.
No.
I think just looking at his draft history,
seen him do it before.
He's never really drafted for the right now. It's been for the future, like Manu for the future. Vaki for the future, just based off last year. Terrion for the future.
I mean,
what?
For the right now, Hutch was for the right now. Gibbs was for the right now.
Hutch was also just the best player.
Penny was for the right now.
The board at the time.
Terrion,
I mean, Jameson Williams himself right now was like a future pick.
You said Terrion's for the future?
Yeah, Terrion wasn't going to come in and be a stud right away.
Drafted him because he needed a starting cornerback, and he was a starting cornerback all year.
I don't think that's why. I think he drafted him because he's the best player on the board at that point.
I
said it last year too. Terrion very much for sure, but he was going to be that his rookie year.
He was.
I don't think it was a right now. He was.
He was your starting corner all year. What do you mean?
It was like a star corner, like a great guy.
Oh yeah.
No,
starting.
It wasn't for a starter. It was just the best guy on the board. Also, the Jameson Williams himself. The conversation we had about him was a pick for the future. Like he's going to draft for the future. They talk about having the discipline of drafting long term, and I think Matthew Golden would be that, given the Jameson Williams contract situation they're going to have to deal with at some point. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I'm not calling it crazy.
Because if the Matthew Golden contract is a thing for the future, then you 2 years over J-Mo, and then you hand it over to Matthew Golden, and you have the same scenario in a year?
Yeah, but you get your assets back for J-Mo. You're not scrambling to find that piece to your offense.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I would be upset if he drafted a wide receiver in the first round.
Like I'm more open to this one than we were having the Luther Burden conversation last week with Russ, because Luther Burden kind of like he's just a slot guy. Where this guy can line XZ slot, like he's good enough to put whatever. He's fast enough to put wherever.
But again, I don't even think he gets to you at 28. I think him and T-Mac are both off the board in the top 15. Wide receivers are expensive. Wide receivers are important. And like you said, not just a freak like accident wide receiver. Like he has been good for Texas. They showed that he can do it. He ran at 4.2. I would be very surprised if he made it past 20.
I wouldn't be as surprised, but I'd be surprised if he made it 28.
The way
I bet the Panthers get him.
No way.
This team was the number 1 offense in the league last year at 33 points a game. If they go wide receiver, that would be insane.
Yeah,
like they should not go wide receiver here.
And like I said,
and if you want to think for the future, if they are going to get rid of J-Mo, like
you can do that next year.
Exactly.
J-Mo's still here.
Wide receivers come out every single year. I would disagree with this wholeheartedly.
I would too.
I would go against everything that I've believed in, and you got to build these lines back.
Yeah, I agree 100%. They should not go wide receiver. And I know, believe in Brad, trust in Brad for sure. If you draft a wide receiver in the first round this year, I would be upset. Especially if you have to get a defensive lineman in the second round there. You have to. And you have to move up to do it.
I know, whole way different ball game, but I feel like I remember we traded Slay and then had to draft Okuda. Like you don't trade
Different
a guy
GM
to
too.
draft another one. I don't know.
Oh,
It
yeah,
just
the
wouldn't
trade's
make
not
sense to
happening.
me.
Yeah, no,
It
the
just
trade,
wouldn't
he's
make
not
sense.
getting traded.
No,
Like
hell
I said,
no.
I could see it happening. I totally could. Because if Matthew Golden is there at 28, he's probably the best player on the board, unless something crazy happened. But I think we need to get past the best player on the board right now and also factor in some need.
Yeah, it's just
Because
a different state.
you're at that point where you don't need
I think you
you don't
reach in
need
those
10
situations,
players.
though.
You have one of the best rosters in football. You don't need to just fill spots.
Well, that's just a dangerous way of drafting, though, too, because that's how you know with Jeff Okuda. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
we
also,
need corner.
you can balance it both ways, like I think they did last year, and like I think they can this year in a draft where it's not like any of these guys you'd be drafting at 28 or trading back to get would be reaches. Like if you got Scorton at 28, that's not even a reach. Like what he can do, what he's done. Shamar Stewart's not going to make it there. If you get one of those pass rushers at 28, you get Derek Harmon at 28, Kenneth Grant falls to 20. Those aren't reaches. Those are great players. And they're a position of need, so it's a win-win.
We'll continue the conversation. Read some of your guys' comments on Wood Sports Chat, so make sure you get them in there when we get back. But Feist, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's haircuts for men. I got mine today. Shout out Emma. Make sure you come in. Get an amazing haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. You can get a hot leather, neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk-ins always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Detroit Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Michigan sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. We're here for his top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit him at michigansportsandspine.com or call him at 248-426-9944.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Told you guys to come back and read some comments. We got a super chat, which is always priority, and it's from Mike Nazars. It's $10 super chat from earlier. He says, great job on the Western Michigan University coverage this weekend. Woodward Sports was the only Detroit sports station with boots on the ground in Kazoo. And that's absolutely right. We are blessed to have Justin on the scene. And a guy as passionate as Justin. A lot of kids his age should be fucking partying.
Yeah.
And he was out there covering it.
He's grinding.
Yeah, shout out to Justin for that. That's
Shout
like
out to
a
Justin.
huge
He
hats
took care
off
of
to
business,
him.
man.
And yeah, I mean, that might end up being the spot for hockey. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of all things Michigan.
Mhm.
I just am by nature. Like people ask me how you became a Red Wings fan, how you became this fan. Like I live here.
Cause
you know what I'm saying. I'm a ride
my
for
home.
Yeah, exactly. If and I didn't go to either university by the way for Michigan State, but if like one's doing well, go. Yeah, let's do it. All good for the state. You guys went there. You guys haven't. I get it. It's different for you folk.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was at the bar. Shout out Coonan. Shout out St. Anne's Fish Fry. Go get some. But I was there, and I was watching the game with a couple of the other regulars that are up there. We're always there on Fridays. And I was like cheering for Western. Like I was getting hype and shit. And the guy next to me like wasn't. And he was like, "You go to Western?" I was like, "No, I went to State, but I'm happy for Western. I want to see him win. It's good for." He's like, "Oh, I went to Central." I was like, "Oh, okay,
Okay,
that makes sense." I was like, "If it's Michigan up there, I'm not cheering for them. Fuck that." So it makes sense that he wasn't.
That makes sense. Also, a couple Woodward Sports chats. Actually, Dante151's another one. He says, "Nick, you're a bitch. Shave that mustache." That's crazy. Dante151.
Dante151 says $20 in the super chat.
Why you lie?
He says, could Brad make a play for TJ Watt? Because apparently Watt is not happy with the Steelers right now, but the Steelers are always like this where they wait the day before the regular season to give their guy the bag. I'm sure Brad's called. Like, he's called everybody, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't call on TJ Watt. I would not hold out hope for TJ Watt. I don't. No. They're
going to pay him.
They have to pay so much people. TJ Watt's going to get $40 million a year.
They didn't trade for DK Metcalf to just like off another franchise piece. They're trying to win now.
TJ Watt's the best player on their team. They're going to pay him like that.
They're not talking Aaron Rodgers. Like they want to win now, in my opinion. They probably keep him.
Shout out Dante151 for this because I just double checked it. Because remember, somebody traded for TJ Watt in a mock draft.
Yeah.
It was him. So
it was
shout out
Dante.
to you for
Shout
pushing
out.
your
Shout out.
agenda, man. I respect it.
I mean, I'm totally down. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm not like saying no.
Gross.
I
it's
would
bad.
absolutely love it.
all day. Give me TJ Watt.
Yeah.
I just don't see it in the realm of reality.
I respect the
Not an
agenda
Earth
push.
626.
They got so many. Yeah, they got so many guys they got to pay. TJ Watt's going to make $40 million a year. You already got Hutch, who's going to make $40 million a year. You got two safeties who are both going to make $20 million a year. And Easy's going to owe pizza. I would love it. Absolutely. Fuck TJ Watt and fucking that's just as good, if not better, than Max Crosby.
Watt Walker.
Yeah, but no, it's not going to happen.
Be nice too because we play them.
Like the whole
Not have to
Myles
go
Garrett
against
thing
him.
was in a little bit of realm of reality because he had contracts.
He's under
control.
contract.
Yeah. Nick, were you about to say something? I apologize. Nada. All right, back to the JMO stuff in the Woodward Sports chat. DNC ENT. What would JMO have to do for you to consider trading? Whoa. Amon-Ra St. Brown over JMO.
Nothing.
All caps. It ain't happening. But what would it take?
I don't think there's anything Jameson Williams could do in this singular season that would make me consider trading Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a two-time first-team All-Pro.
What if he goes All-Pro?
Don't care.
What if he goes All-World?
Yeah, if Jameson Williams goes out there and has 2,000 receiving yards and 20 touchdowns, then maybe. But
NCAA, can we give him a Blitnikoff?
No. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a two-time first-team All-Pro. He is everything that the city of Detroit
He embodies
loves.
the word
He
grit.
embodies grit.
Yeah.
And the contract he's on now is going to look like a steal in 2 years.
Busting your ass in fourth-round pick to All-Pro. It's like that's the DNA of this organization and the reason why they're successful.
JMO can't replace Amon-Ra. All he can do is put us in a position where we have to pay him too.
Yeah.
Like that's it. You you're not, no matter what production he has, you're not looking at getting rid of Amon-Ra to
No,
keep him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Not even a thought.
Yep.
Nicholas, is that a
No,
scenario?
I was trying to think about superstars around the league I would trade him for, but it's
Dude,
things that would
there's
never
two.
happen. It's like playing Madden.
Right now, there are only
Yeah.
2 wide receivers in the National Football League I would rather have on my team than Amon-Ra.
Oh,
St.
I'm not
Brown.
even saying wideouts. I'm saying stars in
Yeah,
general that I
yeah.
would trade him for.
Yeah.
But,
Like there's it's like you can count them on a hand.
If you're not Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown catching balls on my team.
Keith, though.
Especially on this team.
Yeah, especially on this team.
Keith, though, says trade J-Mo or Kirby. Who you trading?
I don't even want to do this. Let's go to break.
Who you doing?
Neither. Keeping them both.
Oh,
It's J-Mo.
Don't end the show early. Don't get too upset.
It just sucks to hear out loud, I guess. I get it.
It does. I don't want to.
Yeah.
You still have
I
J-Mo
get it.
under control for 2 years, and you're probably going to franchise tag him after that. Like I don't like doing this.
All right.
Who would you kill? Your mom or your dad?
That is not the same.
It makes me feel the same. All right. I love J-Mo. I love Kirby. I don't want either of those guys to go anywhere.
Oh.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back, jump back into it.
You're holding your best friend and your
Should've
sister
believed
off
in
a
that
cliff,
jump
and you
shot.
only have the strength to lift up one of them.
I'm jumping. All three of us are going.
Yeah, we're all going together. No, I don't like doing those. Makes me feel dirty.
It is dirty. It is weird.
Tell us about socials.
Look what you did. You made us go to break early, guys. Thank you. Shout out Woodward Sports, the best social media platform for Detroit sports, right here on YouTube, as well as Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. Everywhere you consume your Detroit sports content, Woodward Sports is there and giving you the best live breaking news, reactions from all the best personalities Detroit sports has to offer. So give us a follow at Woodward Sports on all of the social media platforms.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won?
This
guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward. Woodward Sports. Use it's like, do you think Mr. Krabs does karate? Make sure you use promo code Woodward1000. Scan that QR code above my head. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
So hold up. So there was a draft expert on E&E? Or on BD?
Scott Bischoff.
Oh, on which?
On E&E. Yes,
okay.
Earlier.
And he said like rumors Shador, or he said?
I don't know. I didn't watch. Sorry.
That'd be fucking crazy.
How's that?
Shore Sanders at pick 28.
Scott said that?
To Lions. I mean, that's what Dante was talking about.
No way.
I don't know if that's what Scott said. That's why I'm asking you guys.
I was about to say, Scott, you're fucking holding off the clickbait takes for us. You
Yeah,
give
dude.
them
What the fuck, Scott?
No, I don't know if Scott said that.
I gotta be honest with you.
I've been trying to do some taxes and stuff. I didn't get to check it out today.
What would be your reaction?
that he's a liar. That would be my reaction. You goddamn lying. And he doesn't seem like a liar.
If it happened, though?
Easy.
If we drafted Shedeur,
yeah.
Yes, I would be mad. I don't think he is the X Factor type quarterback that you would be willing to go up and get.
So Jared Goff is that X Factor type quarterback.
I think if you're moving off of Goff, you are doing it for an elite level quarterback, and I don't think that Shedeur Sanders is an elite level quarterback.
They're not drafting Shedeur Sanders.
Jared Goff has a
are we
no
breaking
trade
down
clause.
Shedeur right now?
No, they're not
No
going
way.
to draft.
I'm not hating on Shedeur. I think Shedeur is a kind of like Goff. I think he has a weaker arm than Goff.
I think he's a lot like Goff. But yeah, not as
a
good.
little more mobile.
Like Goff was the #1 pick in the draft, and Shedeur wants to be that, but he's not going to be. I would not draft Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
If I was, I don't want to say any NFL team, but like I said, I think he's the 3rd best quarterback in the draft.
Shout out to Cody Ingle. He says, "Fire up Chips, F Westerns, but congrats." I respect that.
Bischoff did not say that. Says Burning Issue.
Okay,
cool. Good. I was going to say,
Making
Scott, what the fuck? You're holding out on us.
Yeah. Russ gave us one.
Russ did give us one.
Russ is down to come back Thursday, he said, too. So,
Oh, yeah.
Russell Brown will be on the show
We
this
talked to
Thursday.
him about Golden.
Yeah. It's kind of, maybe they saw what Russ was saying.
Yeah, they're listening to him.
We're not in love with Burden because he's kind of just a slot guy, but this Golden guy,
Yeah.
this could be it.
Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat says, you said I was on crack, but they keep comparing him to Jared Goff. Holmes and Dan love Goff. He's a coach's son. They're not going to draft Shedeur Sanders.
I like Shedeur Sanders. I just don't think that happens in Detroit. That's like Jared Goff has a non-trade clause. He's got $69 million coming up here shortly. Like we're kind of stuck with JG too, at least through the end of his contract. I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm just saying like you're not drafting the next up, and there's like 2 years loading.
Shane Daniel in the Woodward Sports Chat says, what up, boys? Hey, Spenny, I'll send the details for the bachelor party in June once I get them. Hell yeah.
What's up?
He's doing a bachelor party. He's coming to Detroit, I think, for like a game and stuff. So I said you can come check out the studio or whatever. We'll
Fuck yeah.
fucking meet him in a bar, get some drinks.
That's dope. All right. I'm kind of lost in chat. They're on having 5 different conversations, and one Spenny doesn't want to have because it's like putting a gun to his mom and his dad.
Yeah, it is. Who's my mom?
Yeah, which one's your mom?
You're not my dad.
I don't know. They're both very maternal. I feel like J-Mo's more maternal.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't want to call J-Mo my mom.
Yeah, it's kind of you call him the bitches now.
No, he's just very. I don't know. He seems very. Kirby's more aggressive.
Me?
I'll say that.
Too aggressive? Yeah.
J-Mo's laid back, dude. He's just a laid back guy.
I don't know. He's toting that team.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Everybody should own a gun, I think.
I don't know, dude.
Chris
would probably shoot himself.
Probably, but
that's
his right. If he doesn't, it's his right.
Not like
that's my goddamn
himself.
American right.
I think everybody should bear arms. I think it's important, personally.
And if you shoot yourself, survival of the fittest.
If you do, you're stupid. Yeah, survival of the fittest.
Darwinism.
You're dumb enough to shoot yourself on accident.
Yeah.
Just keep it out of the reach of children. Store it properly, and you'll be fine.
Polo Boy 248. Shedeur is trash. Honestly, watching him in college didn't impress me at all.
He's not trash.
I think he's good.
He's good. He's not great. Like I said, I think Cam Ward for sure, and even Jackson Dart are better than him. But
I think he lacks the physical attributes of a.
He's not
NFL
a super great athlete.
Guy. Yeah,
he's a great pocket passer. Excuse me. He reads defenses very well. He's very accurate, but he's not a great athlete, and his arm isn't super NFL quality. So,
I mean, people hate on golf now. Imagine if we drafted Shedeur Sanders; it'd be all the time.
Yeah. Do you guys think that he would still be rated just the way he is if his last name wasn't Sanders? That's my question. Do you think he's getting a little overhyped because of that?
A little bit, but I don't think it's going to show. I think he'll be drafted properly. Like, I think he's going to go where
he should go.
He should go.
Yeah.
I think the hype in the media stuff and stuff like that is because his last name's Sanders and because he's a personality himself.
Yeah.
But you can't say that, Coach Prime isn't helping that. But that's what he does. That's what Deion Sanders is going to do to everybody that he coaches. He's going to prop them up on a pedestal and give them more exposure because he's Deion Sanders. But I think he'll be drafted accordingly to his skill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because he has so much more backing beyond Deion, but it's all because of Deion.
Yeah,
like his relationship with Tom Brady,
yeah.
Exactly. You know, but I think watching him on the field, like he's an absolute field general. Like the way he's able.
Oh yeah, he's a first round pick.
He turns chicken shit into chicken soup quite often. I think that's a great attribute to have at the NFL level. But then again, like at the NFL level, a lot bigger, faster guys chase you than freaking North Dakota State.
Yeah, fucking Christian Ponder and Drew Lock and Daniel Jones and these guys are first round picks. Shedeur Sanders is a first round pick for sure.
Yeah, I can see it back. I mean, later. People talk about Steelers now, too.
I could see 15 plus. I think he's the third quarterback off the board.
I don't know. I'm not deep in the Jackson Dart tape either, though, to have a strong opinion on that one, to be honest with you. Sanders needs to be in the right system, says Dante151. I think it's very much like golf, like system and weapon. He just give him guys that can deliver the ball and they can do something with the ball.
Oh,
afterward.
for sure.
He'll be perfect. He'll be fine. And luckily for him, he may have a choice. Like getting took in the back half of the draft means you're going to a better team.
Yep.
Than if you're getting taken in the top half. So it may be a blessing for him, like it was for many others.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like he could work on the Giants, like with the weapons that they have, bubble screens, short ends with guys like Hyatt and Neighbors, and then obviously what was their running back? He came on pretty hard at the end of the year last year.
Oh, dude, yeah, I like that guy.
He looked really good.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Wasn't he a wide receiver converted to running back too?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually kind of a dog. I'm not going to lie. He had a good game.
They would have to fix their offensive line, but they got weapons in New York.
Big shout out to Chauncey Billups on his extension. I did see that in a world where tons of guys are getting fucking
absolutely can. Mike Budenholzer today. That's 3 straight years that Phoenix Suns have fired a head coach.
I'm Salty says if Shedeur was white, every GM would be drooling over him like Andrew Luck.
Don't know.
No,
he's not Andrew Luck.
Yeah, no, Andrew Luck was the complete package.
Yeah, Andrew Luck was an insane athlete. Shedeur's not that good of an athlete. He's got an NFL arm. He's got great awareness. He's an extremely accurate passer. So, like I said, he's a first-round pick, but he's not Andrew Luck.
Big Wolf Stitis. All the quarterbacks.
Tracy, that's who it is. Yeah, Malik Peters.
Yes, you're right. All the quarterbacks are second and third rounders. I think on a talent level, yeah, maybe they are like second.
That's a majority
it's the
of
position of it, though. Yeah.
How often do you have elite level quarterback, like multiple elite level
Kenny
quarterbacks?
Pickett's probably a third rounder.
Kenny Pickett was absolutely a third rounder.
But the need was pressed. That's why I don't want to overdraft for need versus take the potential guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with the BPA approach.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's freaking who was the guy here before Brad or before even him?
Millen?
Bob Quinn.
Martin Mayhew.
Oh yeah.
His Eric Ebron was BPA, but it's like no. His highlight tape
was drops.
Yeah. What are we doing? Blew my mind. Eazy. Jeff Okudah is the worst drafted player in Detroit Lions history.
He's up there. I don't know about that.
Tabor as well.
Yeah, Tease Tabor is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, but number 3 overall takes the cake.
Number 3 overall does, but it's like Okudah. It's not like Okudah was unplayable.
Yeah.
Like he was at least still a play. Tease Tabor was unplayable.
So I'm reading some of these comments. Not his fault, but Shedeur's competition was ass. That's very true.
I mean, he played some big games.
I'm Salty. He said it had the highest completion percentage in college football as a black quarterback.
Yeah, no, he had like he was like 73 or 74% last year, or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's a field general for damn sure.
Absolutely.
Just get him the ball.
He's just not a game-breaking player.
That's why I correlate him to JG a little bit. Except for he can send the play a little bit. That's the only added thing I'd have.
So, Eazy.
Yes.
Do you believe Golden's a real possibility?
I do. Yeah.
Really?
I do. I think Brad stays true to BPA. Like, I know.
Even though we weren't able to pair anybody else with Hutch, like, after he has tried this offseason to go out and get one of those elite guys to pair with them, you don't think he knows, like, got to get him in the draft then? Because, like, they're never going to actually be available?
I just think in a situation where you're a BPA guy like Brad is, and you're looking at wide receiver 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you're looking at him as, versus like the edge rusher 5 that's probably there. On top of the fact that I just don't think they're going to draft an edge rusher that doesn't fit what they do in terms of like collapse in the pocket. It's just a better player pound for pound at that point. I think that's why and how it could happen. It's also such a deep class for those type of guys too, a defensive line where you might be able to find that guy in the second round, third round, even later. It's just the starter quality guys, I think, all across this board, not many stars. I think guys that have obviously Abdul Carter could be a star.
I think Abdul Carter could be a star. I think Cam Ward can be a star. I think Mason Graham could be a star. I think Will Johnson could be a star.
I think Will could be a star.
I think T-Mac can be a star.
I can see T-Mac being a star.
I think Jahad Campbell can be a star.
I think there's like
Ashton.
3-4.
Ashton Genty could be a star. I think there's a lot of star-level talent in this draft, but not where the lines are going to be drafted.
There's only like 5 guys, I'd say. But I mean, that's the kind of draft class. You know, it doesn't. That's why I'm not tripping if they go golden. I guess I'm not tripping because I understand the thought process in it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I want. I definitely want an edge. You guys know where I'm at with that situation.
Love a good edge.
Love a good edge. Hey, it's up there. It's up there. But ain't nothing better than come Pistons shit.
I was going to say, I'm not a fan of the edge.
No one is.
I don't get that.
I think that's just the Mormons.
I got some stories, but
don't want to hear those.
Tell us about Buddy's.
Buddy's Pizza. Buddy's Pizza created the category for the original Detroit-style pizza and has been serving it since 1946. With 22 locations in Michigan, there is a Buddy's Pizza near you. Buddy's is a cornerstone of the city of Detroit, being here for 79 years and is a dedicated community partner with notable partnerships with local organizations like Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. Save 10% off your entire order using promo code 10MEAL. It's promo code 10MEAL. Go find a location near you at buddiespizza.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Jars Campus, guys. Top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people. Visit shopjars.com to find a location near you. There's 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, including ones coming to Milan, Madison Heights, and Grand Rapids. Just shopjars.com to find one near you. Bonjour. Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I am Eazy, joined by Spin More Rex. What do you? All right, so we talked about the Eric Ebron stuff briefly just now. What do you make of like just drafting tight ends in the top 10? Right? This is kind of gross. Even Tyler Warren, I was thinking about like it's rare it ever works out.
No,
Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was taken 4th overall.
4th. And he's mid.
In front of Penei Sewell.
Insane.
In front of Jamar Chase.
That's crazy.
Like, if you need a pass catcher.
Did he go before Jamar Chase?
Yeah, Jamar Chase went 7, right?
I don't know.
Or no, Waddle went 7. No, Jamar Chase went
6.
right before Penei Sewell.
No, wasn't it 6?
2021 draft class?
If he went 4, Chase went after him.
I think you might be right.
That is just an insane draft. Parson falls to like 10 because of his thing too.
Yeah, because they took
12. Surtain was.
They
in
took
it.
Kyle Pitts.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they took Kyle
Zach
Pitts,
Wilson.
and then it was like,
oh my god! They took Kyle Pitts over Jamar Chase,
Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons,
and
Slater, Jalen Waddle, Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn,
and your boy Mac Jones.
And Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is 4, and then Cincinnati was 5 with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Waddle before Penei Sewell was also crazy.
That is crazy.
Like
that's why Brad was so hyped.
Especially when you have like a little ass quarterback like that.
You have like a quarterback that's
before
a
the
fucking
CT
butterfly kiss away from potato. Like
that was before then, but still like a little guy. If I had a smaller quarterback,
also potato.
I'm trying to protect him as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Like what we do?
And everybody before the draft was like Penei Sewell is the one surefire Hall of Fame guy in this draft.
My God, J.C. Horn, Pat Surtain,
Yeah.
Devontae Smith,
Yes,
Micah Parsons. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, after...
Kadarius Toney went 20 in the first round.
Yeah.
New York Giants, you're fuck. You know they use the most advanced analytics out of any organization. They were like the pioneers of it.
Advanced Analytics told him not to sign Saquon.
Advanced Analytics told him to draft Kadarius Toney, first round pick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doesn't even think he has a home right now. That's insane. I'm sorry, that just blew my mind. Kyle Pitts over fucking Jamar Chase. If you're gonna draft a receiving option,
If you're going to draft a pass catcher, why wouldn't it be Jamar Chase?
holy dumb fuck. That's crazy. I'm sorry, I just didn't. All right,
That was one of the worst picks ever. Seeing who that's like Darko level stuff.
that's 100% dark.
Seeing who came after,
Yeah.
that is, you just named 7 All-Pros and Mac Jones.
And people still try to justify it.
Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler.
Well, they try to justify. Yeah, he was. They try to justify. Not try to justify, but every year the Kyle Pitts hype fucking starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna happen this year
Dude,
too.
when I saw-
they're guaranteed they're gonna say, "Well, it's the second year of
With
this
Penix,
offensive coordinator,"
yeah.
and now Penix. Yeah, they're gonna.
When I saw Penix hit him in the hands on the goal line and he dropped it and it literally bounced off his hands and was intercepted, I was like, all right, Penix can't even save this guy. Like, it's Drake London though. Buy Drake London stock.
Shout out to Drake London. Yeah, I guess Ted McMillan's fallen down the draft board because of speed. But like Drake London didn't run.
Don't care.
Yeah, I think he's a really good wide receiver. You know, that's just silly to me. Jalen Petrie signed Friday, like a $20 million a year contract at the safety position for the Texans, and I'm gonna officially owe Nick a pizza because
did you
there's
see the
just
Kyler Gordon one too?
yeah, Kyler Gordon signed this weekend. He's a DB.
He's a nickel, but
Yeah,
still, I mean,
for us.
Is nickel that much more impressive than
Is that for
safety?
us?
I mean, yeah.
Hell, I'll take it.
Yeah, both the Lions safeties are going to start with over $20 million.
Do you think Brad's gonna do that?
Yes, he's going to have to. If he wants to keep both of them, they're both going to have to make over $20 million.
Because you got to figure too, like Brian's gonna be like 21, 22,
25, 26.
You know, it's like, what the fuck is Brad? I mean, you should talk about because Brian's obviously a better player than J-Mo right now, pound for pound.
Brian Branch, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You play multiple positions. You got to re-sign Brian Branch.
You have to. I would put him near the. Out of guys that don't have a contract right now, I'm putting Brian Branch at 3 and most important.
Is it a mom or dad
Hutch.
thing between Kirby and Branch for you?
I'd say Hutch, Jameer, Branch.
All power ranking contracts.
Power ranking guys that need contracts.
Hutch, Kirby.
I'm saying Hutch, Jameer, Brian Branch, Kirby.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
You re-sign Jameer right now.
No, I'm saying like out of guys that I think are the most important to re-sign that don't have contracts right now.
Okay.
I would go with those 3.
Well, in terms of doing business this year.
Yeah, they're not going to do it this year. No.
Yeah, I mean, do not pay Gibbs until you have to. It's just the
Yeah,
nature of the
absolutely.
game with
They're
Gibbs
not doing either of
being
those
running
guys.
back.
We saw having a
Plus,
job at best.
True. Plus, we saw in Mike Payton's tweet that he put out, he was projecting like 24 or 23 for Gibbs. That's
Probably,
crazy.
yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
In that same article?
He was tweeting
he
it.
put some tweets out
Yeah.
about what he expects.
24 million for getting. I don't see that happening. What's Saquon sign?
22, I think.
After he played on a lesser one, though.
Well,
and it probably
was playing a rookie deal.
Does it get less than that?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. That's actually.
Let's see. He said.
I'm
Lots
not
of bills.
paying him then.
He said, let's do a little exercise based off extension projections. This is Mike Payton again. Hutch, 4 years, $160 million. It's $40 million a year. Kirby, 4 years, $82 million. Branch, 4 years, $82 million. Gibbs, 4 years, $89 million. Laporta, 4 years, $80 million. Williams, 4 years, $120 million.
22.25.
Cap going up.
On a Tuesday.
22.25 for Gibbs is what that projection was.
Shit's
I
gonna
mean,
be
I'm not
tough
going to say that's
for
off
Brad.
base. He's going to be
Especially 3 years from now, yeah.
he's going to be a contender for Offensive Player of the Year this year. So he's probably going to win Offensive Player of the Year this year.
Ah, man. That's going to suck. Like, maybe 2 of those guys are going to go.
Probably.
It's a tough crop to pick from if I'm picking.
I don't think you keep both safeties then, do you?
I think you keep both safeties. Because I think keeping both safeties allows you to not be tied into expensive cornerbacks.
But you're kind of set at quarterback.
Yeah, but down the road, when you pay Brian Branch, you're only going to have guys on 1 year left of their deals, at corner.
It's probably Laporta and J-Mo.
It's Laporta and J-Mo. I think the least, again, I hate doing this, and no disrespect, the least important player to resign is Laporta. I think J-Mo's right after that. And then,
so you hate them both?
Huh?
So you hate them both?
Yeah, I guess. But
locker room cancers.
They're all here now. Doesn't matter right now. Try and win a fucking Super Bowl. If we win a Super Bowl, nothing else matters.
That's why when people are fucking being pansies about going out and grabbing a fucking... Sorry for swearing so much, but yeah, Myles Garrett or Matt, and they're like, we're in the future. Brother, the future ain't promised. We don't know who's going to be here in the future. We don't know how long their bodies are going to last. Their contract's damn sure ain't
that
going to last.
That fucking meteor's still getting closer to Earth?
Every fucking day.
What's the percentage at now?
I don't know. I don't want to look it up.
Don't say 20.
I'm starting living my life differently. You know what I'm saying?
Look it up.
Some people might be in jail, not doing their taxes.
you know what I'm saying?
Some people are sketching out right now.
I'm telling you what, that meter gets closer. I ain't doing my taxes. Guarantee you that.
I'll tell you that.
You ain't getting my shit.
They
spend like a king.
What's the percent it has to be for you guys to say F the taxes?
The percentage chance for the meteor? I'd say anything over 50%. Because you could bankroll your taxes for a couple of years. Like, you don't have to pay them. You can pay them.
I'm going to go 35.
I think it's 2 years.
Yeah, so if it gets over 50%, I'll be like,
I might do 35.
Sorry, IRS.
Every year the salary cap is going up. We act like these are big contracts now, but they won't. No, they're good.
Those contracts are going to go up with the salary cap.
Yep.
It's like how Derek Barnes got paid $25 million.
Mm-hmm. The only way to avoid it is if you want to get ahead of some of them.
Get him, and that's why I think they should do J-Mo right now. Before he costs $30 million a year.
But at the same time, though, like you got to look at J-Mo's camp. They know.
They know
that money's gonna go up as well.
Absolutely.
Do they want to do it right now? You know.
That's the line.
I think the way if I'm at the conversation with J-Mo, I'm gonna call his agent. I'm gonna say, look, we both know it's coming up. We want J-Mo to stay. I can't give you top tier money. You can't guarantee me that J-Mo's going to demand that top tier money a year from now. How about I just guarantee the money I'm willing to offer you? I think that'd be the workaround.
That's how you have to do it.
It's
you
not
find a healthy medium.
Yeah, it's not going to be the 30, 27 million, 23, 25. But I'm a guarantee. Like, every dollar is guaranteed. So say you get in trouble, so, whatever else happens, suspend. Like, you're still getting paid every single dollar of that.
Did you look up the meteor?
I'm not. I told you I'm not.
Come on. I don't know the website.
I'm gonna start living life differently. I don't want, it's gonna change my life, son. I don't want to do that.
All right, I got you, Spencer.
You just gotta be nice.
No, I'm not gonna be nice. I'm gonna be a lot meaner, a lot more direct. I might take down every Lady Jane in here.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, meteor's coming.
Meteor's coming.
I might as well come too.
That's fair. That is. I subscribe to that line of thinking.
I don't want to.
You're gonna shoot more shots if you're eventually not gonna be able to shoot the shots anymore.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
meteor's coming. Hey,
we all enjoy the activity.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Mm-hmm. Meteor's coming.
Why? Let's get it done.
It's fair.
I think that's the way you work that around though with J-Mo or Laporta.
Corned beef hash, yes, Rando Smalls.
Shit, I might do that with Branch right now.
Pay Branch right now?
I'd be willing to pay Branch early.
You don't got a 5th-year option on him?
Nope. I'll guarantee you this 20. Because like you said, it starts reaching 25.
Yeah, I'll give you 4 years, fucking $20 million a year guaranteed right now.
Nick, you look up Jalen Petry's contract? Actually, I'll race you to it.
Bears just extended somebody?
39. The Bears extended the Kyle Gordon.
Oh, yeah, it's just Twitter giving me the alert.
$39 million. So
13
per year?
Yep.
Easy's going to stop putting his shopping carts back in the racks in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He never does that to begin with.
I don't even use shopping carts.
Instacart?
I'm just fucking...
Yeah.
Sometimes. Depends how big the haul is.
Why'd you say it like that? Yeah.
That's what I do when I go to Aldi. They make you pay for the bags.
They do make you pay for the
I'm in that bitch like,
You just got to bring in a box.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing 1%, but I gotta do more. I gotta do more Googles.
Yeah.
1%.
Chris doesn't know the right media watch to look up. You're the
Yeah,
one who
dude.
knows all that shit. You
Dude.
fucking
Sorry, dude.
You probably got a doomsday clock in your backyard or in your house.
I'm out here looking up rocks and shit.
Yeah. All right, let's go to break. We'll
Corned
come
beef
back.
does slap though. Corned beef hash.
What does?
Rando Smalls corned beef hash does slap.
Corned beef hash is great.
Yes.
I'm having corned beef hash tonight, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or tomorrow, one of these days.
Let me tell you about Planet Fitness.
Yeah, Meteor's coming. Fuck those picks.
Yeah, Planet.
Let's go get Abdul Carter.
Honestly, Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where everybody can get a full-body workout. Starts at $15 a month, or upgrade to the Black Card, get use of amenities, all that good stuff, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online, planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Spenmo Rex here to talk about Mad Packs.
Mad Packs.
Mad Packs is the hottest, newest cannabis brand, and they're partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means. I'm going to be geeked up all summer long. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. Low gets you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka, Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard Packs THCA moon rocks it like a blizzard. Coming to retailers in May 2025. Stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all the latest updates. Yeah.
That's like those news stations that keep the fucking staple guys been there for 50 years.
Yeah,
But
he's just decrepit.
yeah, just let him go. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna make.
I don't watch the news. Except
Half
for
his
Fox
face
2,
is
Brian
fucking
Bunny.
paralyzed. The words aren't coming out right.
Don't watch the news. It's depressing.
I don't watch the news either.
Yeah.
I also don't
children
trust
dead.
it.
And like, I don't want to see that.
News is like, I found out during these elections, the news is just like they're so biased, all
yeah.
different fucking
A lot
ways.
of prop G.
It's crazy. But welcome back to Woodward Sports, live on Woodward Sports. I'm Woodward Sport.
Sound like Fish Newsman on SpongeBob. Breaking news!
Shout out to SpongeBob.
What up, girl?
What I miss?
Found a little foreign thing.
See, meteor coming.
It's true. You want to disappoint your dad one more time?
Let's do it. Detroit Pistons versus
Playoffs.
the New York Knicks this Saturday. Right?
JT Olsen, that's what I was going for. Is David Putty is his true name from Seinfeld, but yes, he does Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Who's David Putty?
The guy that talks like this. He does Joe Swanson's voice as well.
Oh,
Yeah, Peter.
Detroit Pistons
Guy's a great actor.
versus New York Knicks.
Playoffs.
Detroit Piston playoff basketball.
Playoffs.
Saturday, 6 p.m.
Not play in. Not play in. Playoffs. Because the game's on. We got the Knicks. I think the Knicks are the team that all Detroit fans wanted to see the most. At least I didn't. I'd rather see them than the Pacers or the Bucks.
Sure.
So this is a team you've beat on the road twice already.
Yeah.
You beat them at home as well. This is a team that is vulnerable. This is a team that is still kind of trying to find a groove after Brunson coming back from the injury, and they still aren't meshing like they were at the beginning of the year. So you got them at a good time. Tom Thibodeau teams are notoriously beaten down in the playoffs because of the way he coaches and the style that they play. I truly believe the Pistons are going to win this series. I think they are the more cohesive team. I think they have better upper echelon talent. I think Cade Cunningham is going to be the best player on the floor in every single game this series. You got to go out there and you got to take it from them, though. Pause. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to go out there and take it. This is the playoffs. This isn't a Tuesday night at Madison Square Garden. This is NBA playoffs on live TV in Madison Square Garden. It means more. The cameras are out. The heat's going to be turned up. Pistons are going to have to go out there and take care of business. And like I said, the best thing they did was supplement this young roster with talented veterans who have been there before. Tobias Harris is a veteran of these playoffs. Malik Beasley is a veteran of these playoffs. Tim Hardaway Jr., a veteran of these playoffs. Coaching, you bring in J.B. Bickerstaff, who has coached in playoff games before, and he knows what to do. He knows how to orchestrate this team. So going out there and taking care of business against the Knicks is going to not only be a talent gap, it's going to be a physicality gap, and I think the Pistons have that where the Knicks got to turn it on. The Pistons already play playoff basketball, so they just got to turn it
Playoffs?
up. And I think that's something other teams, they don't have.
I'm finding a hard time to find my place and expectations, and it's just because the matches have been so different. Like, I know the Detroit Pistons are 3-1, but I did some digging in the context of that 3-1. The first game, we lost. They won. Jaden Ivey, Pistons not like in their groove yet. No Sar Thompson. It's a blowout by 30 points. Second game up, no cat. That's 26 points on average. Like 40, we're bad against perimeter bigs. Like that's missing, so we win that matchup. You had this last Friday where they're still missing OG Anunoby. It's hard to get a gauge on that 3-1. However, I did find a statistic that does lean towards the Detroit Pistons is the fact that the New York Knicks are 9-20 against top 10 defenses this year. And I think that gives us a living hope. I do think we have the best pound-for-pound player, but overall, talent-wise, I think that goes towards the Knicks. They have the home court advantage. I think they have more playoff experience than us. We're up against it, but this was one of the teams I picked, the Detroit Pistons, to have a playoff series against. And I think it can happen. I do get the sports books against us, though. Because what was it this morning?
It was plus 390 when I got in.
I get it.
Or plus 360, sorry.
Yeah, I understand it.
Pistons
because
to win.
Say they double-team Cade. Who is the next man up that's going to win a series for you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know how comfortable I am with that. I'm not saying it won't happen.
They're going to double-team
I think Cade's
Cade.
special enough to make things happen out there. Oh, again, the OG Anunoby stuff is very interesting to me, too. Their side's calling him the Cade killer. You got to see it, but we'll find out.
Based on what?
Just a good defender. He hasn't really been around the matches we had. He was out last time.
He was in for 3.
Let's see him.
He was in for 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's currently plus 360 on the book, and
I threw 2 units
fellas, that's some good value. I like this matchup for the Pistons, but I want to know how the other booth's feeling about this big one. For the Detroit Pistons, Chris, what are you thinking?
I mean, look, it's going to be a hard-fought series. Like, I genuinely believe the Pistons can win. Now, do I believe they actually do pull off the win? That's tough because there's just historical NBA precedence tells you that a lot of these young teams, while you have surrounding vets, when your main guys are young and inexperienced and at their first dance, it's hard for them to overcome that and win a series, especially when the talent may already favor the other team and the home court. So Detroit has the deck stacked against them in that, but you saw the stats I outlined. This team was, since the All-Star break, which granted Brunson was injured, Anunoby missed a couple games, so there is some context there. But the Pistons were winning the free throw battles, the three-point battles, points in the paint, and the glass. And so Jalen Brunson's obviously going to help with 3 of those things. But if you're beating a team everywhere but the mid-range, like, it's going to be hard for that team to win. So there's a lot of stats that are in favor of the Pistons. I do believe they really do have a shot, especially if Cade Cunningham is the best player in this series. But it is going to take, like Eazy said, that second guy stepping up. Whether that be Tobias, whether that be Malik, whether that be Tim Hardaway, whether it be one game of each of them. It's going to take 4 games to win. 2 of them have to be just Cade Cunningham master classes. Yeah. And the other 2, You have to rely on a Tobias or a Malik or a Sar stepping up, and you have to every single game, you cannot be out-rebounded, and you cannot be the less physical team. Detroit has to be that every single game, and I think that's the one thing they will be. I think they will be the more physical team.
Yes, absolutely, and that's why I have faith that they're going to win this series, because Cade Cunningham will win you 2 games. Being Cade Cunningham, being who he is, a superstar, I think a top 5 player in the league this year, going out there, wanting to provide something because it's a playoffs, wanting to win. So I think Cade Cunningham gives you 2 games. And then I have the faith of between Asar, Malik, Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, and Tim Hardaway Jr., you can get 2 games out of that combination. Like one game, you're going to get Tim Hardaway Jr. hitting 5 threes that you didn't expect. One game, Malik Beasley's going to be on fire and hit 7 threes. One game, I could see Jalen Duren absolutely bodying them, going for a 20-20, something like you can get those games out of the remainder of your team, and Cade is going to be the constant. So I believe in this team to win the series.
Yeah.
I put my money where my mouth is. I put 2 units on it. So
yeah. I put less, but I did put money on it. Like I said, they do really have a chance. It's going to come down to just. The only question mark is the fact if the Pistons were in the playoffs last year and they were approaching it this year, I would feel confident because, hell, J.B. Bickerstaff went against Tibbs. Now, Tibbs did win that series, but that was because that New York team was designed to destroy that Cavs team. That Cavs team was not ready. This Piston team is designed to destroy New York. The one thing I've heard out of James Edwards and everybody that's covered the New York Knicks that I follow, the one thing I've heard from them all year is that there's just something a little off about this team. When all the guys are healthy, they're great, but they don't have that same edge, that same intensity that they had last year. They lost that with Hartenstein. They lost that with DiVincenzo. And so while they have talent, they have more talent now with Cat and all of those acquisitions that they made. They don't have that it factor, and the Pistons really do have that when it comes to the physicality of the game. So if they can do that, dominate the glass. If you're getting 15 more shots than the other team just off of pure rebounding, you're probably going to win. Like, that will make up for the talent gap.
That's honestly where we have to win this series is the offensive boards.
It has to be just boards.
No sloppy turnovers.
No second chance points for them.
No easy backs. Yeah, easy buckets. We can't allow any of that shit.
Yeah.
Because I do think this team that can stretch you out. If you allow Cat to play the perimeter, that gives us issues. I looked at some of the numbers when he was in. He never had any issues against us on the perimeter. That makes sense.
You want to talk about the Cade stopper in OG Anunoby? We got the bodega blocker in Isaiah Stewart. Mm-hmm. You want to know somebody that can actually shut someone down on their opposing team? Isaiah Stewart's going to be in Karl Anthony Towns' kitchen all series. So he needs to make sure he doesn't get tossed.
Bodega blocker is fire.
That is fire.
I love that.
Thank you.
Was that on spot right there?
Yeah.
That was fire.
I'm an idea man. That's what I do.
Cade specifically needs to cut the turnovers. Like, we've seen him at the end of games, get a little reckless at times, and this is his first playoff appearance. And for him to take that next step, like, he already took the step this year during the regular season where he is going to ultimately be an all-NBA type guy. He needs to take the step in the playoffs where he is obviously the guy. They are going to double team him, and he has to play through it. He has to be strong, and he cannot make the careless decisions we have seen him make sometimes with the basketball late in games. Mm-hmm. We've seen it cost this team games. In the past, it didn't matter. You're in a 7-game series. Every single game matters. Cade has to be super smart with the ball late in these games.
Yeah, turnovers. You just can't have none of the young shit.
Turnovers and
I'm
rebounds.
nervous, man. I am. I mean, you should be nervous. It's going to be a good series, but I think it goes at least 6.
Plus 360, I think, is disrespect.
You don't think the Pistons are going to win?
And they're up against it. Just experience-wise. Yeah.
You got to take one right now. You're taking the Knicks?
If I had to put my mortgage on it, yeah. I'd take the Knicks.
Gun to your head.
I mean,
but I'll throw a little play money on the Pistons, though. Like this is one of the teams I picked. I said them, and obviously if the Heat make it, the Heat would be the ones I'd pick us to win. Guarantee if I had to guarantee one. But obviously I can't guarantee it because I'm nervous about this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the matchup everybody wanted. Everybody said that we could win.
Chris outlined for sure the one I want.
Chris outlined 20 different things that why they're gonna win. Now both you guys are saying they're not gonna win. It's crazy.
I am not saying that at all.
Yeah, I know. Talking about Chris and
Plus-
Eazy.
I mean, analytically, it doesn't really add up.
Analytically, he just broke down 20 stats the other day about why they're better. So analytically, it does line up, and they've beaten them 3 times already this year. Analytically, it 100% lines up.
Analytically, they beat them once without Anunoby. They beat them once without Cat. Those are 2 like premier guys. What they got going on?
Yeah, get over it. Stay healthy.
I mean, like analytically, it doesn't add up correctly. Like they had one game where everyone
And
was
what
healthy,
analytics?
and that was in Game 3, the third game they played against each other. Everyone was healthy on each side, outside of Jaden Ivey, and the Pistons took it. It was like 124 to 119.
If they're going to win this series, they have got to 100% steal game 1 or 2. They have to.
Yep.
They have to. They cannot go down 0-2 to home. This is a young team. Again, that's the only grace I've given in this Pistons Knicks matchup in favor of the Knicks is just the fact that I need to see Cade, Asar, Duran, Stu, all of these young guys in 2 playoff games to really feel if they're playing how they're playing in the regular season, then yes, I would put my mortgage on the Pistons being the Knicks. But playoff basketball is different. History shows us otherwise. I'll do some digging. I'll do some research. I'll look at some of the young teams and see kind of how young stars performed in their playoff series. I know I did that. I know I did that compared to Cade, but I'm talking team-wise. Just like young nucleus teams and kind of see how they did and look at that and see if I can find some historical precedents for the Pistons in their situation.
I mean, I don't. Not to be mean, but I don't give a fuck about historical precedents. I care about what they're doing right now. How they match up against this team.
I hear you, but
how they have matched up against this team.
What's in our favor is New York Knicks struggle against top 10 defenses.
It was, like I said, last week we did 20 different things that the Pistons are better than the Knicks at and have been better than the Knicks at all year. Yeah. So I think
those were post All-Star break.
So for the half of the year.
Yeah, for half a year or less.
Recent basketball.
And that's Jalen Brunson.
But again, there was with Jalen Brunson out, there's context to it. And it's 75 years. Like if 75 years of data shows you that the young team is going to lose this series overwhelmingly.
It's sports, man. I don't give a fuck about 75 years of data. It's about what's going on right now. It's about who's playing who right now and how they match up. 75 years of data. How many times the first team All-NBA guy gone into a series where he's never played a playoff game?
You want to make a bet?
I mean, look,
plus 360.
I already made my
value.
bet. I already put my money where my mouth is.
I did too. Again, I'm not saying the Pistons won't win this series. It's impossible
They're
for
up
them
against
to win
it.
this series.
Guys, just
it's
fence
just
it.
tough.
We're not fence sitting.
No.
I'm telling you straight up, they're up against it. It's not a walk in the park. It's not guaranteed at all whatsoever.
I don't think
we have yet to
anybody's
see
saying
this Detroit Pistons team in playoff action.
I don't think anybody's saying it's going to be a walk in the park. You're
guaranteeing it over there.
You're the lowest seeded team. Yeah. If I to pick a team to win the series, I'm picking the Pistons.
So what's up?
It's not Pistons in 4.
Want to put a buddies on it?
I already put my money where my mouth is.
You want to put a buddies on it?
No, I don't want to invest any more money than I already have.
All right.
Have you invested any money into it?
I'm trying to right now.
I don't want to bet with you. Bet with the sportsbook.
I want to bet with you.
Cool. That sucks. I just put $100 on it. I don't want to put any more on it. I literally am talking cash shit because I have money on it.
So put a
You're
pizza
the one
on
sitting
it.
on a fence.
I'm not sitting on a fence. I'm asking you to put money on it against me right now.
All right,
There's no fence
I'll put a
sitting.
buddy's pizza on it right now. You don't
All right.
believe in the Pistons? You got the Knicks? I'll take the Pistons.
All right.
Dude, betting
That's
against.
all I wanted.
See, why is it you freak out when anybody else bets against their team, but you can do it?
I don't.
When people bet against the Lions or something like that, you always freak out.
I don't.
Why would you do that? Why would you lock them?
That's absolutely incorrect.
Doesn't care about the Pistons.
Brother. That is you're describing yourself right now.
You never
Nick.
yelled at Nick for locking a team against the Lions?
We troll Nick, yeah. We, by the way.
I didn't say I don't.
By the way. And the reason why this bet came about is you doing exactly what you're saying. You're picking against the Pistons?
You are. You literally
you are doing what the hell? Like you try to gaslight that. That's what you do.
Yeah, but you
brother.
literally just did it.
What do you mean?
So how can I?
What do you mean I just did it?
You just picked against the Pistons.
Okay. And?
You're not a fan.
I am a fan.
Obviously not. You don't think they're going to win.
I guess not. I have an analytical mind.
Ye of little faith. And again, the analytics that Chris brought up last week, they were all in favor of the Pistons. But whatever. Let's go to break. We'll come back. Tell us about Feldman.
Feldman Chevrolet Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month. And you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi today.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Spring is in the air and Michigan is buzzing. 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles. Crafted with real fruit juice and no artificial sweeteners. They're big in flavor but low in calories and 100% hangover free. It's all bubbles with no troubles. Catch it in watermelon, cherry, strawberry, or try one of the 2 brand new flavors, raspberry lemonade and peach. Crack a can, take a sip, and catch a buzz. Available at any of Loom's 38 locations across Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store. That is code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order. Go to www.loom.com today. Check it out.
Zoo, welcome back to Word of the Waste, live on sports.com. I'm Eazy, watch Smooth Reaction. Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We can see talking Pistons. We also got Tigers going tonight. And I want to ask.
Scooble on the mound.
We also have Scooble on the mound. We have the official Detroit Tigers beat reporter in the building, Nicholas Koloff. What's going on with Riley Green?
Man, this sucks right now for Riley Green. Obviously, I was the one in this room that had the most faith in him to ultimately become a superstar and be an all-star for the second consecutive season. And I still think he's going to. This is just a very tough stretch for Riley right now, but this is a sport in baseball where you're literally playing every day. It is tough to get out of a stretch sometimes, and he's doing some things right now that I haven't seen him do his whole entire career. He is missing fastballs in the zone, missing changeups that are falling right down the middle of the plate. I haven't seen this out of Riley in a while. He has had a couple tough matchups against some lefties, but he also has had some advantageous ones against righties where I would think that Riley would go off. So look for him. He has the day off tonight. I'm not sure if he is going to be available off the bench, but we're going up against a lefty pitcher. So we're giving Riley a day off. I think it's smart. Let him just hopefully take a break, reset his mind, reset his body, and get back out there and start helping this team win some games.
Yeah, he looks bad, like really bad. He looks as bad as he has in the MLB. But I'm not freaking out about it. Like I said, it's a slump. That happens. I'm sure he'll break out of it soon. He's proven that he is an all-star caliber guy in the MLB, but you wanted him to take a step forward this year, and he's so far taking a huge step back. I don't think that's going to be the end of his season or anything like that, but you need him to pick it up because like that last game against the Twins – with your lineup, I believe Neil said your 5 through 9 went 1 of 7 or something like that, or 1 of 9, I believe, in that game. And that's going to happen because your team isn't deep, and when you have Parker on the IR and Vierling on the IR and Wenzel on the IR, guys like Kreidler and McKinstry and dudes like that aren't going to be giving you the greatest plate appearances. But you need your big dogs to be big dogs in games like that, to win games like that in the sweep series. You needed Riley Green to step up. He had a horrible game. Torkelson stepped up. He hit a home run. You need the guys at the top of your order and the guys you expect to be good.
Yeah.
And he has not been good at all.
Yeah, he left 5 on base in his first 3 at-bats, if I'm not mistaken. Like, where he was needed in this game.
Yeah.
This game is completely different if he gets one of those 3 hits. And he wasn't able to. So this was the first time where it actually cost us a game, Riley not being, like, the guy. I thought this was, tough for him, but it was, I think, maybe even a little bit of a wake-up call for a guy like Riley. Obviously, A.J. Hinch believes so as well. He gets the day off. I think it'll be good for him in the long run, but that's a lot of negatives for a team that just won its 4th straight series in a row.
Mm-hmm.
This team's rolling. Spenny, how have you felt looking into it?
Yeah, it's awesome. Spencer Torkelson is absolutely lighting everything up. He is not missing any pitches, and he is punishing fastballs when they're down the middle. The guy is off to an extremely impressive start. And then you look at the pitching staff, man. They are as good as anybody has in the MLB. The bullpen is as good as anybody has in the MLB, and some of your ancillary pieces are stepping up in certain games. Like Dingler has stepped up a couple times. Malloy has stepped up a few times. Kerry Carpenter has stepped up. It's been very fun to watch, but to be consistent throughout the whole season, you need your good guys to be good, so you need Riley Green to pick it up here. And like I said, I think he will. He has the day off today, but he'll probably be back. He might even get in a bat late in this one, but you need him to step it up if you want to be a World Series contender this year.
For sure, and I want to shout out one guy just real quick. Zach McKinstry.
He was kicking ass.
Been kicking ass all season long, like unsung hero so far to start the year. Want to give some props to Jackson Jobe, 6 innings, shutout baseball.
Yeah.
He strikes out 2, but honestly, I was happy with it because he was able to cruise in this game. He was pitching in the zone to contact. I think that's a big thing. His stuff is so good. He didn't get himself in trouble for the first time in his young career as a starter, and I think that's why he was able to ultimately throw 6 shutout innings against a division rival in the Minnesota Twins. I thought that was really big for his confidence moving forward. Now at a 3 ERA on this young season for the Rook, love that.
Yeah.
Also, didn't think Mize looked bad the other night. He made a couple mistakes. I know you asked Eazy, is he going through it a little too early on him? I think everything was there when it came to his stuff. It was literally just a couple unlucky hits in my eyes. I'm not going to overreact about Casey Mize. I still believe he is going to be a great pitcher for this team. I think I'm bought in on Casey. I am bought in on Casey Mize. Not worried at all.
Back to what we saw in the first 2 games?
Yes. Yes. Where he will have a sub 3.5 ERA.
Spinny, you were kind of hesitant on that one when we had the discussion back then. Where you at with Mize?
No, I think I agree with Nick. It's not like he looked bad and that he just made a couple mistakes. It's going to happen. He's not going to be your ace, so you can't expect him to go out there and score and throw 6 scoreless every start. So he's fine. He'll bounce back. Real quick, or are we still talking?
What?
Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe are both going to attend the draft.
Ooh.
Milroe first round?
That's crazy.
Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe, and Cam Ward are the 3 quarterbacks attending the draft.
No Sanders.
No Shador Sanders.
I mean, but that's not too crazy.
JJ did not attend.
Guys don't go to the draft a lot.
That's fair.
Like Baker didn't, a bunch, and Baker was the number 1 pick of the draft. He wasn't there.
Either was.
AJ McCarthy.
Yeah, nobody cares about him. I'm not reading into that too. I think it's more to read into that those 2 guys are attending than Shador isn't. I don't think Shador not attending doesn't mean anything. But those guys showing up means they expect to be drafted in the first round.
Yeah, Milroe's super surprising. I mean, we've heard a little bit of the buzz about Jackson Dart, but Milroe, I mean, just off the top of your head, someone got to go poo-poo. Milroe out here, who do you think could go for him? It's got to be late first. Some team trading up.
Dude, quarterback is crazy, man. There's an average of 3.5 quarterbacks taken in the first round every year. So maybe one of those late team, maybe Pittsburgh. I don't know. I don't think a team drafts back up in the first round, but maybe a team doesn't get a quarterback early and then trades up into the late first round to get a quarterback, and that would be Dart or Milroe, whoever's there. We'll see. Do you think 4 quarterbacks will go in the first round?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Milroe goes in the first round. I mean, what do we...
There's a lot of mystique with Milroe, though, because, like...
Just looking at these teams, though, at the back of the first round, Philly, KC, Buffalo, Washington, Detroit, Baltimore, all no. Rams, possibly?
Maybe.
Houston, hard no. Minnesota just went JJ. Green Bay got Love. Chargers is...
No.
Herbert, excuse me. Pittsburgh at 21.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's...
Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. Like I said, maybe the Giants trade up back into the first round to get a Jalen Milroe. Maybe the Titans don't go Cam Ward. No, they're not going to do. But maybe one of those teams up top doesn't go quarterback, and they wait and they trade up to get Milroe in the late rounds. That's the only way I could see Jalen Milroe going in the first round. I think that's kind of crazy.
I wouldn't draft Milroe with a first-round pick.
No?
No.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. He could be Super Taysom Hill. Would you think...
I wouldn't take that with a first-rounder.
Super Taysom Hill's not a first-rounder?
No. I would not.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't either. But quarterback sells hope, man. They've...
Oh, yeah.
But, Nick, tonight, Scooble on the mound. What are you expecting out of the Tigers?
Tigers bounce back tonight without a doubt. Scooble looking to put up back-to-back elite starts, and I think he will. Although this Milwaukee Brewer team is putting up the 5th most runs in baseball right now. Not too worried about it. Terry Scooble, he's back in his groove. I'm expecting the righties in this lineup to come out firing against an old friend in Tyler Alexander, good old buddy, old pal. Tyler Alexander's going to get lit up tonight, hopefully, by this right-handed lineup. Expecting J-Hen.
Big game.
J-Hen? I like J-Hen to get on base a lot in this one. I'm thinking twice or 3 times. Expect Torque to stay hot. You're not going to get overmatched by Tyler Alexander. Watch out for that changeup down and away to a righty. But besides that, pick your spots. If he tries to come inside on you, Torque...
I think Torque's going to draw a couple walks in this one.
Yeah?
I think Torque's going to draw a couple walks in this one. I think Milwaukee's going to try to stay away from him. And he's not going to go fishing for anything unless he gets something in his wheelhouse. So I think Torque gets on base a couple times in this one, but maybe not with a home run. Give me a Gleyber Torres home run.
Yeah, Gleyber, I like Gleyber a lot. I still think it was an underrated signing. And that little dribbler through the right side the other night was so big.
Yep.
Like, just hit the ball sometimes, like contact. Like, that's a big thing with Riley right now. He is leading the American League in strikeouts. That's not like him. Like, I know he strikes out a good rate, but not like this. Like, this is good for him to get a day off. Hopefully he can come back well-rested
He's
tomorrow.
been very bad.
And we need him.
He's been very bad.
2 straight series.
Need him to be better.
He is 1 for 23 in his last 24.
That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash the like button. For Eazy, for Nick, for Chris, I'm Spenny with the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.